Next episode of Cash App. We got a pretty good one today. And this one took a while to do, but basically, he wants to know the transparent world from Demon Slayer versus Spider-Man Spider-Sense. Like, which one is better? I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't really trust any of the translations I found online because some of them were different. So you know what I did? I actually took a trip to my bookstore, as I usually do. I go there a lot anyway, and it's pretty huge and it's pretty fun. And they usually have everything I'm looking for as long as it's a manga or a trade. So I did what I always do. You know, I'd go and take a stack of books, take them upstairs, go to my special little corner with my little chair, and I sit down and read. Now, the books that I would be using for this particular death battle would basically be 17 and 18. You don't really need 19 or 20, even though I own number 19, but they didn't have 19. As I went there, somebody was actually buying it. But back to the question at hand, what's better, Spider-Man Spider-Sense or Demon Slayer's Transparent World? Well, you know what? Let's break down the Spider-Sense. For the most part, right? Every Spider character usually starts off with the same type of Spider-Sense. It's a natural thing they all have. Now, some of them do have different ones, and some of their Spider-Senses may work differently. But we're just going to focus on Peter Parker. When it comes to Peter's Spider-Sense, his Spider-Sense was actually upgraded within the Spider-Man series, in which if you want to read that 11-issue series for yourself, it's on the Marvel Unlimited app, and it's the newest one from 2022, which is the present run next to the Amazing Spider-Man because it ties right into it. But basically, Peter Parker's Spider-Sense was increased due to Norman Osborn helping him in using technology. Because of this, Peter Parker's Spider-Sense is so good now that he can pretty much sense anybody and everybody. I mean, bro could literally tell if you were going to eat something that was bad for you, or if you were going to fall down a hole, or even get hit by a car. He could feel this. Again, the Spider-Sense is no longer just working for him. It's a Spider-Sense to let him know if anybody is in danger of pretty much doing anything. Now, he ended up getting hit with a power line, which kind of increased it more. And he was literally able to basically sense everybody all at once. It even got to a point where even when he was about to attack his enemy, his Spider-Sense was going off because he was putting them in danger. So every time he hit one of them, it actually hurt him more than it hurt them. Now, if you want to learn what happens to his Spider-Sense if he gets it under control, or if he learns how to control it himself, please make sure you guys go read that series and the Amazing Spider-Man series. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to keep it at his regular Spider-Sense. I just wanted to give you guys some new information that came out for Spider-Man himself. But again, I'm not going to tell you if that's his new base or not. I would like you guys to go read the series. But when it comes to the Spider-Sense, rather it is a living being or not, it could be debris falling from the sky. If his body is in danger, or if he's in danger, his Spider-Sense will alert him. That doesn't mean he's always going to be fast enough to react to it, but his Spider-Sense will tingle. Now, again, this goes for anything organic or non-organic. Let's say he looks at a bomb, right? That bomb could be inert. Maybe it's not dangerous, right? But if the bomb is dangerous, his sense will kick off. Now, why was his sense kicking off right now? Well, 1, the bomb was active. 2, there was only 10 seconds left before it exploded. So what did his senses do? They activated on something that wasn't even biological. Or how about the time his senses went off to let him know that there was something coming after him from another dimension? And this is not the first time that this has happened. You see, there was a time where Spider-Man and basically Miles were fighting Blackheart. Now, Blackheart had basically got sent back to hell because of Miles Morales. When he was on his way back, Miles' Spider-Sense activated just like Peter's did too, to let him know that something was coming after him. Now, I know what you're saying, but Blackheart is already on the page. Well, if you read the little bubble, he wasn't there just yet, which is why Miles says, why is his senses activated? And once Blackheart teleported in, which you can see from the glow, around his legs, he's like, oh, that's why it activated. So with that being said, what we know about Peter's Spider-Sense is that it will tell him if he's in danger from an organic or a non-organic. You don't particularly need bloodlust or any type of intent to take him out for that sense to activate. It will even activate when the threat isn't even in his own dimension. And again, rather it is living or non-living, his sense will activate. Now, does that mean he will always be able to counter? Absolutely not. In which we have seen multiple times where even if the sense goes off, that doesn't mean he'll be able to react or count to it. It is just an alert. But in some cases, it can be used to tell him if something is real or not, specifically when he has fought characters like Mysterio, which is also why he's always been able to fight him, because he's always been able to use his his senses to tell him what is real and what isn't real. He can even use it to basically track people like Mysterio who are trying to basically get away from him. Now, what about Demon Slayer in the transparent world? How does that work, and is it better than having a spider sense? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the question is quite tricky because it depends. I know what you're saying. Wait, what do you mean it depends? Well, let's discuss it. We know for a fact that the transparent world allows the user to not only gain more speed, more power, and a better sense of focus, but they are also able to see right through you. They can see your blood vessels. They can see the movement of your blood vessels. In some cases, they can even sense it, right? They can also see if you have other hearts, bones, brains, etc. They get a very detailed look at your internal organs, how your muscles move, how your blood flows, if your blood is moving slow, if it's moving fast, which direction of your body is it going in as you move. Like, they're able to detect and see all this. Now, here's the problem. The anime, which is the movie, actually gives a better demonstration and translation of what this really is, what the transparent world is, how it works, and what it does. It does this better than even the manga does. And from what we can see, it looks like not only do you get kind of an outer body experience, but you're able to observe all that's around you. I mean, you can basically see everything, or at least sense it. But there is an issue. Is the selfless state a part of the transparent world, or are they separate? This is something that I've been thinking about for a long time, because the book doesn't really give a lot of information on it, right? Because the manga, as far as I'm concerned, is done. And when you look at how the transparent world works and the selfless state works, what the manga is telling us, it seems like they are both two different techniques that can be learned separately. What do I mean by this? Well, it is explained within the pages of the book. You see how I took actual pictures? That you can learn to feel someone's intent, while at the same time, you have individuals who can learn to fight without having any hostility whatsoever or intent to kill, in which that technique on its own is something that someone else can learn separate from the transparent world. It's not something that is required or comes along with it. You can just learn this state on your own. Now, the techniques to sense danger or a threat, those techniques, again, anyone for the most part can learn. Okay, look, we know not anyone, you do have to be skilled, etc. But it does take time. Anyway, but when it comes to the transparent world, we know for a fact that when you are in that state, your body can move without you even thinking. Think of it like Ultra Instinct. We also learned that in those books, when you have the transparent world, or basically when you have the ability to achieve that state, even when you're old, you can fight as if you're young. Even when you are sickly, you can fight as if you are at your prime, in which that is basically demonstrated. Now, why do I believe that the transparent world doesn't have the selfless state as an exclusive ability that is attached to it and not something that is separate? Because we've seen other characters use the, transparent world, and those who did still had bloodlust. But the question is, which one is better, spider sense or the transparent world? Well, in reality, the transparent world is actually better than Daredevil's radar sense. You see, Daredevil can use this sense to map out someone's internal or his surrounding area, or even a person's weak points. The transparent world doesn't only just give you an increase in strength, speed, focus. It also allows your body to move without thinking. Whereas when it comes to the spider sense, it is a sense. It doesn't increase his strength or his speed. It simply lets him know when he's in danger. He has to be the one to react. Now, they both do fall under the same weaknesses, because even with all those increases, and specifically if your body's moving without you having to think about it, if your opponent is just better than you, they can still counter you. Well, for this one, I would have to give it to Demon Slayer. With the transparent world, it doesn't just increase your strength, your stamina, your speed, it increases your awareness, it increases your senses. I mean, you see everything, whether it's physical or non-physical. You add the selfless state with that, and you are a demon. Besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys have a great